Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Me, Travis, and Bryn are going to talk about the new Taboo List that came out in February 2026.
You should say Travis, Bryn, and I. You should introduce your guests first, and then you last.
No.
Why not?
Because at this point, you guys aren't guests anymore. Yeah. It's
polite,
I mean,
though.
at this point, it's not even Eric and I.
Oh.
It's me and Eric. Eric
Okay.
used to be Eric and I. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Beard, you're on thin ice. It's almost me and Beard too. All right. So if you don't know what the Taboo List is, it's just some changes to cards. In the past, it was kind of just like adjusting things that were kind of had a little bit of oversight for, but it slowly started to become more about balance, which I personally don't enjoy as much, which I'll be talking about in this video as well, but that's kind of what it is at this point now. So I actually have done something, I should have done this ages ago, and it's all because of Arkham Build. So convenient for looking through this stuff. I have the original and the Taboo version next to them. Because now you can just press a button and it switches between the two.
That's nice.
So we're going to talk about the chained. These are XP cost adjustments. They don't change the level of the card, but they change the cost of the card for putting it into your deck.
Right, yeah. So like just because this is 3, you can't play it if you're playing Lola.
Yeah, Lola's still locked out of it because it's a level 5
Because it's a
card.
level 5 blue card. It just doesn't cost 5.
Yes, yeah. So Monster Hunter, Monster Slayer, been here since Dunwich, don't even know the name. It costs 3 experience, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a level 0 or level 1 version that's like really
good.
strong in that show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty okay in general.
No, it's like
fight
pretty
at +1
passable.
damage.
It's pretty passable.
You're a 5-punch investigator.
Yeah. This one I think is a good change.
Yes.
I think 3 points is like a fair place for an ability that is like strong but cannot possibly be broken because we can't use it to kill elite enemies.
Yes. Yeah.
And I see the devs clicking through the list looking for cards to unchain. They're like, have you ever seen someone put Muscular 5 in the deck?
And they're like, I think Justin did when he played Lily in Drowned City, but that was the only
Justin
time.
must have.
One time. Must have once.
But yeah, no, it is one of those things where they've kind of said that this was like, hopefully, as much of a capstone as they could on like chapter 1 cards. So I'm hoping they just kind of let Sleeping Dogs lie for most of this stuff going forward. But I think this being at 3 XP kind of makes it fit better for where it should be compared to everything else in the card pool. Yeah. All right, next one we got here is Strong Armed. Now costs 2 XP. Which...
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's a Vicious Blow that doesn't work with firearms, even though it's a ranged asset, which we've already talked about on this channel. But you can take damage to repeat the effect, which is more free than like Analysis as a comparison, because Analysis is just like drop clues, but being able to change the token can be pretty powerful if you're a coward. If you just pass the test the first time,
you could just win.
Yes.
When they say using a melee ranged asset, they mean on an attack action on a melee ranged asset, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you do the throw the act of desperation with a melee ranged asset, you can't commit this.
Correct. Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But in the chains,
But no,
there's not too much to talk about for this stuff, especially these newer cards. But yep. Next one we got here is the Rod of Carnamagos, the level 0 version, and also the level 4 version, which is going to be on the next slide. Both got bumped up 2 XP. So the level 0 version now costs 2.
Sure.
Level 2 version, which is apparently not here. How the fuck did that happen?
Nice.
Now costs 4.
Well, the level 2 version is almost the level 0 version.
Yes,
now.
it's just like, it's pretty much,
They should have gutted this.
Yeah, what would you...
Oh, they should just change the rules so that the tokens you reveal during a test don't count as being revealed during the test because they're not part of that test.
Yeah. I agree with that. Before I tried it out, I was of the belief that it's fun, let players do it. After I tried it out, I still believe it's fun, let players do it, but I think for the design health of the game, it's probably just easier to just say, don't do that. Right?
Yes,
like that's
very
like
stifling.
Yes, it is. It's one of those things where like now, because now Rod of Carnamagos is still here, and I understand in Legacy you can kind of be hands off and just be like, who cares, right? But at the same time, the people will bring it up, and then I think that the designers might be reactionary and then just like change other cards as opposed to just like fixing the Rod of Carnamagos problem.
Yeah, we can either solve the problem now, or we can keep trying to solve it forever.
Yeah, and as we know with magic and bannings, that's not a good way of going about it. Yeah.
Well, no, we could design something that's a problem now, like scavenging, and then we could just kick the can down the road for several expansions and go back and rather like 15 cards.
Yeah.
Instead of ever fixing it.
Just get rid of
We
scavenging.
could do that too.
And you know what? I mean, I understand that this is like pretty much exactly what they did with scavenging. I think scavenging was, for like power wise, stronger than Rod of Carnamagos, but Carnamagos is like dirtier rule wise.
Yeah.
But like people stopped playing scavenging when it went up on the XP things because I don't know why, because it's still very good, but it's just like
still very, very strong. Just
That's
as
mostly
narrow as it ever was.
a psychological thing.
yes,
I
yeah.
know from reading old League of Legends dev blogs that they would put like phantom nerfs and buffs in patch notes that were ultimately inconsequential just to like make people think they
That's
were.
so
Like,
funny. Okay, yeah.
I think the one particular they brought it up on was like a Vladimir buff, and they raised his max health by like 10 at level 1. People were like, he got buffed, he's great now. and his win rate like shot
So
up from like 48
that's
to
actually
50 because
so
people
cool.
just started playing.
That's very interesting. I like that. Yeah, I guess like that's the kind of thing people are like, why would I put experience into this when I can just like buy other things for experience, even though it is still as strong as it ever was.
Now I have to take in the thick of it my mystic.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I agree. I think that this. I was talking about this when I had the video that just went live on the channel recently, where it's kind of like, at this point now, this locks Rod of Carnamagos only into the decks that are trying to abuse it, whereas opposed to if they just change the wording, Rod of Carnamagos would exist as enemy management as it originally was intended to be, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a curse token payoff.
Yes,
as
yeah.
intended to be.
Yeah. So it's like one of those things where like now it's just going to be used to exploit the reveal rules, which is, I think is a lot messier than the alternative.
Yeah, it's not quite so good, I think, but you know, whatever. It is a way to try to fix that.
Yeah.
Which is better than not addressing it at all.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, kind of.
Quick shot. This now costs 1 XP.
I know this card does.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. I thought this cost 2 all the time.
Yeah.
2 money, fast during your turn with damage to be your location after you draw during your turn.
Because this is the artwork for Righteous, which means
Is-
the card should be good,
It's
right?
sick when you get it. Yeah. So yeah, it's the cryptic writings, but for damage, as opposed to resources. So I think the real problem with this card is that
sucks.
it's during your turn, right? Like if it was like a 1-cost card, and I mean, okay, I'm gonna be real with everyone. I think if this card actually just said after you draw a quick shot, play it reducing its resource cost by 2. It would still be pretty bad because you need to have an enemy at your location. You need to draw it when the enemy is at that location, right? And like it's going to be like 3 free damage in your deck. But as soon as you draw it without an enemy, you're hooped, right?
You know what this would actually be really good as? When you would be attacked, you can play this before being attacked at -2 cost. Yeah, like a one-time survival knife.
Yeah.
Like you
just like ping
you
it?
just
Yeah,
quick
yeah.
draw on them.
Yeah, that actually would be pretty cool. I mean, I think that this Unchained is probably more where this effect should be. I don't think this card is, like I said, I still think it's pretty bad.
Probably
Yes.
shouldn't actually cost like much XP at all, right?
Yeah.
Just like shouldn't be in a deck.
I think that like also if it was not draw, but it was just like draw or add it to your hand, because then like Nat Cho could boxing gloves it to like pull it out for that kind of stuff. I feel like unfortunately it's just like
The guy with the gun I keep hitting my boxing gloves.
just like a shotgun blast, like a fucking Falcon Punch Nat Cho build. But yeah, I think that there's going to be more experimentation, but I think that ultimately the experimentation is going to lead to the exact same path that it's currently on, which is just, it's not great.
This
I
card
could,
kinda
I
sucks,
could buy my extra damage some other way.
Yes, yeah. All right, next one we got here is Bum's Rush. This was put up to 1 XP.
Man, this card's got great art.
It does.
He's got his finger in that guy's eye. But he's still trying to explain something to him.
It's like, actually, you should be digging underneath the. Ow! So I'm pretty sure this card was tabooed just because it moves the enemy even if you fail.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, I think, probably more in line with 1 XP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. No, I think this guy's just here and he's like, actually, I'll just leave.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go on my own.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Seems fine, yeah.
And this guy's like, through the window.
Through the window.
Through the wall!
Yeah.
All right. Oh, here it is. I don't know why it's at the back
That's
here,
with the experience cards.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, so this one's just what we
Anyway,
said.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
same thing.
copy-paste,
Copy paste, yeah. All right, now we're on to mutated cards, which have card text adjustment. Wither is now symbol token for the level 0.
Actually, our
That's what I
recent
thought it
experiences
did,
with this,
but-
I think this card was fine as it was. Like, not good or anything, but it was fine.
Yeah, it's like a role player, right? Like,
Yes.
we're not like, ooh, my deck's a Wither deck. We're like,
Wither
I could use a way to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
And Wither's how I'm going to do it.
They have also updated the level 4 version, and I actually think the upgrade, it's not... there it is. Oh, but they don't have I put the wrong one. Do you know what the worst thing is, Travis? I took some time today, and I went through and I looked at the slides to be like, did I do things right? And I noticed a mistake, and I was like, Justin, you're going to have a video where there's no mistakes.
Never.
And I even proved right. So I know what the upgraded version does. So the upgraded version is also symbol token, but more importantly, the reductions are now until the end of the phase,
Oh, that's really strong.
which I think is a really good adjustment
Yeah,
for
That's like
That's
Word 4
like-
experience.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, hang on, we actually should maybe pay XP for this
Yes.
as opposed to being stupid and having our friends make fun of us when we do.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, when I upgraded Wither, it was usually like, well, I have 3 experience that I can literally only spend on this.
Down the rabbit hole or arcade research. Yeah.
I have no other spells in my deck, so I mean, I guess.
But yeah, this is something that we've actually talked a lot about with Wither, how it's awkward where the -1s don't last until end of phase.
Yeah.
But now I feel
Yeah.
I think that's incredibly relevant.
Yeah. That's
So
sick.
that's a great mutation, I think. All right, now let's go to away from the fucked up slide. Ravenous Myconid, the Sentient Strain. This is the one that gets rid of treacheries. It's now the Shroud is so it's equal to or less, but now the Shroud has to be less. This is specifically targeting a combo deck where you use Breach the Door to reduce the Shroud to 0, and then cancel everybody's treacheries, and then bring it back to your hand, and then repeat the process at a new location. Which I honestly think that if you do that combo, you kind of deserve to do that combo.
Yeah, that's like a lot of work.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like, congratulations, you won.
With that said, beyond that, you take that combo out of this, I actually think this card is probably healthier as a design if it's as the less than. I think so. I think it's a nice change beyond that.
Yep. No, it seems this card was like very strong when I've played it. So
Yeah.
little tone downs, good.
All right, next one we got here is Spectral Shield. Now it's the first time as opposed to every time.
Okay.
Which I think makes the card... I think it's a good combo card, and I think this actually makes it more relevant for
like
combo play.
Better
Yeah.
for what you
Yes.
were doing.
It's like both better and worse, right?
Yes, because
Like, we can't cancel more than 1 damage in a turn, but also we are less likely to have to discard our Spectral
Yeah.
Shield immediately just because.
Yes, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But
That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
No, it's like probably better. Probably.
it does feel better to me.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least like more windows to play with the card.
Because
as opposed to like whatever the hell stupid thing Bryn comes up with.
Yes. I mean, I'm of the belief that this card isn't here to keep you alive. That's like a nice benefit for its combo potential. I think it's more of a combo piece. But it is nice to keep people alive, and like poke damage. If you're able to like mitigate poke damage, you basically have won the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, for when one of your teammates draws quick shot and does 1 damage to you.
No, because you're not at their location. Fuck, they drew it not during their turn. Fuck,
Yeah,
during
but
upkeep.
you got a safeguard to follow them around with.
Yes.
So you're always at their location.
I'll get you. Spiritual Echo. It's now fast, and it returns to your hand at the end of your turn as opposed to right away. This card is kind of like Quick Shot, where, I mean, like, this card is not like Quick Shot, because I think Quick Shot is kind of just not good. I think this card is, why would you play it? Because there was no actual action gained. It was kind of like you saved an action later down the road, but now that it's fast, you essentially are gaining an action.
Yeah, this card, like many events, is really cool with Lou.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
your location could be any location at any time.
Yeah.
No, like this. I mean, when I saw this card, to me, its niche was you put it down, and then your seeker is going to sit there and investigate for 2 or 3 turns, and you can go screw off and do something else,
Yes.
and still like be able to help them.
Yep.
If it comes up.
So I have a question. Is like this something that now you could no, because you still only get 3 actions. Okay. So yeah, you could just drop it, like, and you can like then investigate that location or fight at that location. Okay, yeah, no, I think I mean,
Like, you only get 3 actions unless your name is Dexter Drake.
yeah, and then you
And
get
you get as
4.
many as you want. But, like, possibly 4.
Oh, they add limit once per round to it. Good job, guys.
That's what I was wondering too. Yeah, so
Good job.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is a nice one. It's one of those cards where I feel like at 2
Also-
XP, it makes a bit more sense for like it to be fast. So
Yeah, it's very similar. I don't think it's that much better, but it just makes it more it's a comfort adjustment.
yeah. All right. Library Pass. It's now
It's mutated.
its forced effect is different. For the new one is place attached asset on the bottom of your deck unless you spend 1 resource, as opposed to you must either pay 1 resource or place the attached asset. Otherwise, with the original one, you paid resources each turn, even if there wasn't an asset attached. So now it only triggers if an asset is attached, as people thought was the intention. But as written, it stole your money no
Right.
matter what. Which I think this is kind of one of the taboos that kind of fits into the whole. This is kind of like errata, and I mean this probably could
This
have
is
been
errata.
Yeah, this could have been errata, right? Like because that's kind of what this
I mean,
is.
that's the purpose of Mutate, right?
Yeah.
Is, like...
Well, this is errata. Like
Yeah.
unless they intended you to have to pay every turn, regardless if you
Yes.
had a book,
Yeah,
then
that's-
like this is errata
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
updating the text to do what they wanted it to do.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but that's how they handle errata, right?
Yeah. No, that's
Oh no,
not
they actually
errata.
do errata. They
they
actually
don't.
do errata, but.
I don't recognize that.
Well, we technically have to recognize it because we did say we would only recognize what's in the FAQ, and the errata is in the FAQ.
Yeah, but I don't read the FAQ.
Well, we all take one part of it, right? I take the frequently asked questions,
Yeah.
and who takes the errata? Do any of us take the errata?
No.
Fuck,
Oh, is that
dude,
That's the
Maybe.
problem. We never know.
I take the section on the back that shows what all the symbols mean. Yeah, that's what this is. Yeah. On their heels, it's now if on their heels has no leads, discard it. People told me it's because if it was limit 1 per investigator,
Yeah, you couldn't get
play
rid
the
of it if
second
you had
one.
a second one.
Again, I don't think that I said this in my FAQ video, but I don't think that's the problem with this card.
No, it's a nice change, but
Yeah.
it's not the problem with it.
I think this card should have just dropped the limit 1 per investigator. People were playing agency backups. Some people played 2 of them at once, and it was never really a problem. And this is like a cheaper version of that, but also still very kind of restrictive in what you need. So I don't think the discard was kind of the issue.
Yeah, this should
Yeah.
just like cost.
I mean, I think that's
Or
more,
three-
more an
three
issue with
experience.
how limit 1 per investigator functions. Where,
Yes,
like,
with the
if
rules.
I have a second one, I should be able to have 2 in play very briefly, and then have to discard one of them as like state-based or whatever. Right?
I'm not gonna say that
That's-
like every game should kind of co-opt rules from Magic the Gathering, but like
But
the
they
legend
should.
rule is
They should.
very elegant, and they
it
should
works.
just do that.
To
And
be fair, they've been through like 3 or 4
and
Legend
I mean,
rules.
and I think that's
how you know they've tried everything.
and like that's a great way that they should. The Arkham designers should look at limit 1 per investigator and be like, can we change what this means? And they can. They're the designers. They should.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the first iteration of the Legend rule where if someone has one play, no one else can play. Well, I guess you can't play another one. 'Cause it's
yeah,
not
but
one per
nobody else
investigator.
nobody else could interact with the stuff in your.
Yeah, that's how our unique cards work. Is
Yes.
no one else is allowed to play that card, and eventually we'll get to one where if you play it and someone else
kills
plays it, then
somebody
they
else's,
both die.
Yes, that's step 2. I can't wait for that one. And then eventually,
And then the next iteration is you play one that kills everybody else's,
Yeah.
and then finally you can each have your own.
that's could you imagine? We all got Dr. Christmas on in the 4th iteration. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I agree, though. I would have liked this to. I mean, I do think legitimately the limit 1 per investigator should be looked at. It was like the same kind of issue with the masks, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like max 1 mask per.
Yeah, right. Like it doesn't make sense for it to work the way it does.
I always like.
I don't think.
I always like to guess what Travis is looking for.
Watch this.
See this card? I hate this card.
Yeah, he's gonna,
He just
he's
rips
gonna
up
take them
mine.
out and like take a big bite.
You don't deserve 4 copies, Justin.
How is that different from Limit 1 on Guyana? Why can't I just play this and replace my old one? Because I'll have to do that for her.
That's a great question. All right, we have one more card to talk about.
Yeah. Anyway, all I
like
want
that.
is like maybe we just redefine how that ability works, and we don't have to go messing around with these kinds of fixes.
Yeah.
I didn't even care how they work. I just want them all to work the
Same.
same. man.
Yeah. All right, last one here. We have another forbidden card, which is burn after reading.
Oh, it's been burnt after reading.
You should have been scavenging.
I did say though,
that's
my
gone.
three favorite colors all have now got a card forbidden, so they're strong.
Wow, sucks to be carrying a Mystic.
That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I know, but
Anyway, from here on out, Justin's only playing Lily Chen until he figures out what it is exactly that he doesn't like about these cards.
yeah, and then also a specific. No, I'm gonna play it all specifically.
Sister Mary and can play.
No, okay, so Sister Mary's like not good, but that's
No, what I'll do is I'll also play anytime I play a Guardian or like a Survive. Any Investigator, I'm only gonna play blue or purple cards, even if they have other cards in their pool.
Nice.
Just gotta crack the code.
You will play my more purple Patrice deck.
Honestly, actually, probably would be pretty okay.
It would
Too.
be pretty okay. So
Patrice, she draws 5 cards a turn. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
it can't be that bad.
Yeah. Burn after reading, good riddance. I think this was the first like strong card that was designed by committee, but we've never really liked this card because it's like I think it kind of goes against just design. Even it feels like it.
Yeah.
Like I think it goes against the idea of like if it was like only level 1 to 5, like maybe there'd be a difference, right? So then you're kind of like paying more. But it just being level 0, a free card you can put in, you could use this as kind of like adaptable, right? Because it's just like those things where it's just like I want a different level 0
Yeah,
card.
I don't want this card in my deck anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll discover 2 clues for the privilege.
Yeah.
I think they could have been more
Changing my
creative than
card.
just forbidding this. They should have made it so you have to exile a level 0 to 5 tome.
Yeah, they should have. That actually would have been hype as hell.
Yeah, that
Exile
would like
level
that
0
would
to
make
5
it, you can't just
tome
throw
card
it
in your hand.
any red card. You can't just play any red deck. You have to be able to play tomes. You have to
just show
include
up
like.
and you're like, Schaffner, send me some clues.
I mean, sure, it gets exiled. It's gone forever, man.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Put it
no,
back-
because you put it back in the
your
next
deck.
scenario.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
for
gone
that
forever
scenario.
until we stop and look.
Yeah, but then you could like
Yeah.
exile. Then I mean, also if they changed how it'd be so thematic if you exiled your Necronomicon.
That would be hype as hell.
Yeah, but you cannot play either of those cards anymore because someone doesn't have an imagination.
I'd love to see a version of. I mean, again, like the problem is, I was gonna say, I'd love to see a version of this card as well, where it's like you discover clues equal to the level of the card you exile. But like the problem is, this card is you bring this card into scenario 8 and it's free.
Yep.
You
Right,
grab
yeah.
you grab an Unchained card and you're like, I paid 3 XP for this 5 XP card that I'm gonna exile to my burn.
Well, I think that's also kind of why people, why this change also happened, because it's kind of like Double or Nothing, which is like kind of like the power and also like how it just like warped skills around it going like in like from design from it. Exile is, the Chained. There was a card, Signum Crucis, which was brought down to level 0 for its cost to put into your deck, but it was still a level 2 card, which means that you could then use that card to remove a Doom and then put it back in for free, which is a little bit, again, I think Burn After Reading, it's just, I think it's a messy card, and I'm personally glad to see it gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe if you had to exile the Burn After Reading as well.
You do.
Yeah.
And then it actually cost an amount of XP that would matter.
Yes.
I think
Like-
exiling a tome would fix everything with this card.
Nah.
I think it would change. I think even if it was Exile Atome.
You can't even play it in like Momo Survivor to get the Doom off. I don't think there's any level 2 or higher.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think like the with that kind of thing as well. Then you could have it be by the level as well.
You just want to burn the
really
Grimm's fairy tales that somebody's gonna make you play.
Yeah, I'll burn that after reading.
I hope that's in the Survivor deck. The event-based Survivor deck. I hope they have they have Grimm's fairy tale.
I really hope that the developers have watched the videos where I call that a waste of paper. You've killed trees for nothing, and you don't do that again. I don't need more copies of that.
Only time will tell. Only time will. I hope you get 5 more copies. You know, that's what people are going to
send.
send.
Number?
No, that's what people are going to send you from their collections when they.
Oh God.
No.
Those I would actually burn.
Hell yeah. They'll actually do something. They'll keep you warm for a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our thoughts on the Taboo List here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be back sometime in the future for another one of these. Huge thank you to all of our patrons. You guys all rock. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.